Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. I'm today bringing you an analysis of the footage of Ascension that was in the Black Ops First Strike trailer. So here it is in normal time. Right, now that you've seen that in real time at its original speed, I'm going to assess each scene one by one. So first off, we've got this clip of the auto turret. It's got the word Ascension on it, and that's in red and it goes white. As you can see on the bottom left of the screen, just there's what looks like a bottle. That might just be one of the bullets, like one of the shells, but who knows. As you can see on the top right, there's a zombie on a raised platform, and the thing shooting to the right with a glowing zombie on the bottom right. This next clip is of some zombies, group of zombies walking towards the camera, and they look extremely bloody. There's a massive metal tube behind them, which is spinning in another clip, but we'll get to that a bit later. And as you can see, the zombies are wearing sort of astronautical clothing, or like gowns, spacesuit, whatever you want to call it, on the right. And there's also a zombie wearing a gas mask on the far left. Next, we have a relatively short clip of some zombies coming through some water. When you look, you can see there's some barrels behind them. Don't know what they are. There's like maybe radioactive material. They've got a symbol on their shoulder, and also they look like they're wearing spacesuits that have got their helmets smashed. The next clip shows a zombie dropping down from the ceiling. As you can see, the thing I was talking about earlier is spinning. You can see Nikolai crouching under it. There's also a quick revive machine, and on the left there's a power arrow pointing you in the direction of the power. It looks like this might be a new trap, maybe. The next clip shows a possibility of a new character standing, it could be Peter, standing next to Nikolai. He's in a space outfit. He's on the hover pad that you'll see a bit later on. In the background you've got a blackboard, which looks like it has a sickle on it. The Soviet sickle, which also, because it's in chalk, it could be a buyable weapon. They're both holding shotguns in the picture though. Also in the last few frames there appears to be some snow in the air, or it could be dust. I've put clips 6 and 7 together just to make it a bit easier for you guys. This is the Baikonur Cosmodrome. This is a Soviet launch facility, and you've got like a little hoverpad thing there and a rocket in the background. One of the things you'll notice on the bottom right, there's a buyable claymore on the wall. There's also a truck that could be transporting Nova gas, and a canister on the floor. There's also a little control pad thing on the left. The Baikonur Cosmodrome was originally built by the Soviet Union in the late 1950s and is still a busy spaceport today. It's managed jointly by the Russian Federal Space Agency and the Russian Space Forces. Vostok 1, the first manned spacecraft into human history, was launched from one of Baikonur's launch pads, which is presently known as Gagarin's Start. You might also notice that the little hoverpad that they're standing on looks a bit like the lunar lander. There will be more information on the Baikonur Cosmodrome later on. This next clip shows us our first video glimpse of the new perk-stealing space monkeys. They, as you can see, run on all fours, and there's actually one at the back that jumps up onto its hind legs and starts beating its chest. These are the monkeys that are featured on the GK Nova 6 website too. This final clip shows some stuff that we haven't seen and also some stuff that we have. For example, you can see the quick revive machine, and also this room was featured before with the metal tube in the center. There are a couple of important things that we're going to want to take note of. On the right you can see a window, which is obviously going to be able to be boarded up. The monkeys, this is the monkey I was talking about earlier, which stands up and beats its chest. They have red eyes, and it looks like it's got something over its eyes, maybe some sort of pair of goggles. You've got a character on the right there, which you just get a little glimpse of, and also this character on the left, who I will show another clip of in a second. He looks like he could be a new character. If you look at the monkeys throughout the clip, they're actually all wearing red. This could mean that they're different to the monkeys that we saw before, or maybe they just have different uniforms, a bit like the zombies do. Now that all the clips are over, I'm going to say a couple of my theories and give you a couple of other people's theories too, starting with this new character. There are possibilities that he could be Peter, or maybe even someone else. There were lots of people thinking that one of the characters would be killed off. People thought it might have been Nikolai, people thought it might have been Dempsey, like any of them could have died. However, it's been confirmed that all 4 players are now in the game. Maybe it's just that sometimes you're a different player and one of them gets dropped. Who knows? Also, there's a chance that the monkeys in red are the ones that steal your perks, and the other monkeys are just things to replace the dog round. The character in the foreground of the final scene appears to be someone we haven't yet encountered. It could, again, like on the hoverpad, be Peter, but we don't know. We're going to have to wait and find out. While you may argue that he looks a lot like Nikolai, he's in fact a lot thinner. On the other hand, maybe Nikolai's lost weight, and maybe the guy that we thought is Peter is just Richtofen, but it looks a little different. Also, what's that circular gold thing on the left? Is it part of a teleporter, or something else? Another thing to consider is the zombie that's glowing in the bottom right of this. Is it meant to be there, or does it just happen to look like that because of the film and the camera angle? It also looks like the zombie in the middle is wearing some sort of astronaut suit, and it looks like it's had its helmet, visor smashed, and it's also lost its head. It also appears to be lying on a railroad, and that might be a sort of minecart on the right. However, it's quite hard to tell because of the gun's muzzle flash. What do you think the metal tube-like structure in this clip could be? It's quite hard to tell, but in the map it looks like it's going to be a trap, as there's quite a bit of blood on the end of it. Its association with real life is probably that it's one of the machines that astronauts are put into to get them used to the ascent into space because there's so much G-force. The centrifugal force of the machine as it spins round and round and round and round would push the astronauts back into their seats, similar to what would happen to them when they were ascending into space. The blackboard or corkboard behind these zombies is definitely going to be something to look out for in the new map. It is most likely that it will hold vital clues to help piece together the puzzle of the zombie storyline, just like with the blackboards on the old maps. The bloodstain, next to the quick revive machine on this map, appears quite a few times on Verrupt and on other zombie maps. Is that just Treyarch recycling textures, or does it have some secret, unfound meaning that we don't know about yet? Funnily enough, it almost looks like a man holding a gun. The rectangular blue panel on the bottom left of this clip, although at first it looks like nothing out of the ordinary, it could be the same sort of map as seen on Kino. It could help you to find the mystery box, and just generally find your way around. Also, although it might seem insignificant, the weather on this map is very bad. It's extremely cloudy and grey, and as I said earlier, it looked like there might have been a little bit of snow, or it could have just been dust. I'm really looking forward to this map because, unlike some of the other zombie maps, there's a lot of space to run around in, so you can run loops a lot more easily. The final thing I want to leave you with, before I finish off the video, is a little bit of history about the Baikonur Cosmodrome. Many historic flights lifted off from the Baikonur Cosmodrome, one of which was Yuri Gagarin's. In case you didn't know, Yuri Gagarin was the first man into space. The first man-made satellite, Sputnik 1, also launched from Baikonur. This is relevant, as some blueprints for Sputnik 2 are on the GK Nova 6 website. They're in the background of the Space Monkey. Also, in 1960, a prototype R-16 ICBM, which stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, exploded before launch, killing over 100 people. This could easily be a cover story for zombies, if Treyarch wanted it to be. Or it could be the cause of zombies being at the Baikonur Cosmodrome itself. Also, another little fun fact for all you hardcore zombie fans, is that the rent price of the actual Baikonur Cosmodrome itself is $115 or $115 million. If you know why the number 115 is relevant to zombies, then good for you. If not, you need to learn up on the zombie backstory a little bit. I'm not going to go into any detail now, as it would both take too long and probably bore some of you as well. We're coming towards the end of this video now. I don't know about you, but I cannot wait for Ascension. Shame I'm a PS3 player. I make videos like this for your enjoyment and your benefit, and spend hours putting it all together, so it would be much appreciated if you could like the video and subscribe to my channel. It would certainly spur me on to do things like this much more often. Hopefully you'll have learnt something that you didn't previously know from this video. The first Strike Map Pack will be available for players of the Xbox 360 on February the 1st. More details are soon to come on the PS3 and PC release dates. My channel link will be in the description. All it takes is one click for you to subscribe, and it will literally make my day. This has been MrRoflWaffles. Peace out, guys, and I hope to see you at my next video.